A big thank you to our sponsors over at TaxCalc for making this video possible. If you're not familiar with the brand, then you really should be. TaxCalc makes award-winning professional accounting, tax, practice management and communications products, and they are trusted by over 9,500 firms across the country, including mine. Check them out at taxcalc.com, and I'll also pop a link in the description for you to give it a try. Now back to the video. The old residency tests. What a fun topic. I'll be straight with you, these tests stretch my tiny little pea brain pretty far. In this video, I'm talking about tax residency in the UK only. I'm also not going to talk about split year treatment, as that is a whole other video. We'll just be looking at full tax years here. You want to know if you're non-resident for tax in the UK, or how to achieve non-resident status for tax in the UK. Cool, don't ask me. I'm kidding. I'll explain. Buckle up, this is gonna get heavy. A while ago, it was all about how long you were in the UK for or how long you were outside of the UK for. But HMRC brought in the statutory residency test in April 2013, and here we are. Joy. There are 3 parts to look at. I will be covering the automatic overseas test, the automatic UK test, and the sufficient ties test. Before I go into these, if you've been in the UK for 183 days or more, you'll be tax resident in the UK. There is no need to discombobulate yourself with the other tests. Okay, more than half the year here equals UK resident. If not, we start looking at the tests, and we have to start with the automatic overseas test. This is the easiest bit. If you meet any of these 3, then you will automatically be non-resident. If you were resident in the UK in 1 or more of the 3 prior tax years, and you're in the UK less than 16 days in the tax year. 2, if you were non-resident in the past 3 tax years and you're in the UK less than 46 days. And 3, if you work full-time overseas and spend fewer than 91 days in the UK, work for more than 3 hours per day in the UK for less than 31 days, and have no significant break from your overseas work. So to clarify, if you meet any one of these 3 tests, then you are automatically non-resident. Let's move on. If you don't meet any of these, then we need to look at the automatic UK tests, of which there are also 3. 1. You'll be UK resident if you spend more than 182 days in the UK in the tax year. 2, and this one is a little bit wordy, bear with me. If you have had a home in the UK for all or part of the year, and all of these apply. 1, there was 91 consecutive days when you had a home in the UK. 2, at least 30 of those days are in the tax year when you have a home in the UK and you've been in that home for at least 30 days in the year. And 3, at that time you had no overseas home, or if you did have an overseas home, you were present in it for less than 30 days in the year. And the 3rd test, you'll be UK resident if all of the following apply. You work full-time in the UK for any period of 365 days, which falls in the tax year. More than 75% of your work days during this period must be work done in the UK. A work day is one where you do more than 3 hours, by the way. And there must be at least 1 work day done in the UK during the tax year you're considering. I feel like these tests get more confusing as we go on.
No! No!
You just wait. If you don't meet any of the automatic overseas tests nor the automatic UK tests, then we must look at the sufficient ties test. Basically, this is a way of determining your residence based on how many ties you have to the UK and the number of days that you have been in the UK. The more ties, the less time you can spend in the UK to be non-resident. The ties are as follows: family tie, accommodation tie, work tie, 90-day tie, and country tie. I'm going to run through what each of these means. So the family tie is where your spouse or partner or children under 18 are UK resident. The accommodation tie is where you have a place to live in the UK that is available for a continuous period of 91 days or more. If you just spend 1 night there, even if you don't own it, it could be an accommodation tie. If it's a close relative's home, then you would need to have spent at least 16 nights there. The work tie is where you do at least 40 days working more than 3 hours per day. The 90-day tie is if you have spent more than 90 days in the UK in either or both of the previous 2 tax years. And the country tie is if the country where you spent the most days during the tax year is the UK. Just FYI, this tie is only relevant if you were tax resident in at least one of the previous 3 tax years. Once you determine how many ties you have, you then need to consider the number of days you have spent in the UK, and those 2 combined will let you know your tax residence. On the next 2 slides, I will list the days spent in the UK and the number of ties to show the outcome. This will depend also whether you were resident or not in the prior 3 tax years. Having worked with clients on these things for a number of years, I think one thing is clear. People prefer not to rely on the sufficient ties test and would rather use the automatic overseas test. It's much simpler. If you are considering your tax residency, I would strongly advise you seek a professional to get a report on your own position. This video is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many different definitions throughout these tests that need further explanation. And then there are the different types of income and how they are taxed. There's also the split year treatment, as previously mentioned, and double tax treaties. It's a minefield, people. Get advice, stay safe. Any questions? Pop them below and I'll come back to you. Huge thank you to TaxCalc, our video sponsor. They made this video possible. And if you'd like to see more information about them, take a look at the details. Take care, see you soon.